Hey guys, hope everyone is having a good day. Shizata here. Today we'll be setting up a Sensecap miner in the new Sensecap Enclosure. Um, so first thing first, why would you need enclosure? To set up a miner, there are a few ways. One, you can set up miner inside your home um, using the default antenna or the factory antenna, which usually comes with they are usually between 2 to 4 dBi. But to get a better reception, most people will try to put the antennas much higher. Uh, to do that, you can use LMR cable or you can use PoE to get a much better reception. Using PoE method is much more, I wouldn't say simpler. It is a bit simpler as well, but it just gives you more freedom because if you want to go at least 8 to 10 meter high, then you will be using LMR4 to LMR600 cable at the minimum. But even when you're using LMR4 or LMR600 cable, they're quite thick and they're not that flexible. So it comes a nightmare when you're trying to move, trying to clean, or the place you're trying to set up. Unless you're drilling like a big hole in the wall, then you also need to make sure it's close to the power circuit, or you're getting like a longer extension cable just to power it up. But well, the other way is more simpler ways. You can use PoE, so you get like a longer Ethernet cable, and they are usually quite cheap, around I think 20 to 30 meter or 50-meter cables you're getting for 20-30 pounds or $20-30. So the build itself is quite decent on this one. It costs around 70 pounds or $70, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's a waterproof. That's one. It comes with the pole mounting kit, like a plate to hold the miner. The PA adapter as well comes with the Ethernet cable LAN, so that way your Ethernet cable is the plug. It's waterproof. There's no worries about that. Then it also comes with a pigtail, so you don't need to pass the antenna cable, which could be uh, depending on this whatever cable you're using, because some people can still use the LMR connection, so you don't need to worry about that. The other thing is, and it's also because it's a pigtail, so it's easier to move around, especially for your bigger antennas. Then it comes with the power supply connector as well. So if you don't want to set up on PoE, you can still use the power connection as well. If you just want to mount it outside and you have a longer power cable, that can be done as well. So let's see. So this, I like the logo there. It looks a lot like Nvidia. Okay, so already opened it. So okay, first thing first. So how do you install the miner? So there are two ways. One, you can put this in and then try to install it, which will become a nightmare for you because you need to take it out to install the miner. So yeah, okay, how to install a miner. So if you look at the back of your miner, it has 3 holes. Uh, this, and this, right? And if you look at the plate itself, that has also matching 3 holes, so it's easier for you to match around. The first thing is we'll be installing the miner, the back plate. So we're gonna take 3 screws. Good thing they're magnetic, so yeah. So which side you will be installing? So I think the miner goes like this, yeah. If you want to remove the plastic wrapping, you can. It's your call, I don't mind. The problem, I don't have a decent light, so I can't really find this. Well, yeah, it's like, I think it's around, yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. Sorry, I just had to move closer to me so we can look like that. Yeah. On once it's in, you're at the right spot, so you're gonna take the other one. second string. So now it's the third one. Okay, so that means you are sure your miner is sitting in. Okay, so this part depends if you have the PoE adapter. If you don't, if you're just powering from the PoE, then most of your work is already done. So because we will be powering from this, so we're gonna do is this. So what will happen is the cable will come in like this. You can put it like this, but I would advise going the upper way, so that way it's easy, manageable, and there's not that many cable hanging around. So to install that, what you need to do is Sensecap has some the tip, which is here. It has Sensecap branding as well. So just to check it, you know, how much do you need? What you can do is use this. Which is here. That way. I'm gonna use this. You know what? Instead of using the total, you can use the second one. It's gonna sit in more tightly, and then if you want, you can use just one, but I would use two. No. Okay, so this. You can make it a bit more tighter, but I'm not gonna do it now. The reason being, because I'm gonna adjust it later for the actual outside installation. So it's just better to be more flexible. So we'll be putting this in the second bit. It's gonna come out here. Okay. Yes, it's here. This. Okay, this has been more room. The reason is, yeah. So first we're gonna plug in the cables as well. This will make your cables tidy as well. So now you can just hold it. Okay, I'm gonna make the cables. Okay, so it will look like this. As you can see, it's holding, checking, no movement, easy peasy. So now what we can do is we can plug it in here. Okay. So now you will need a bit more screws. Not these ones. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. Also, I'm not using my mobile, which has a better camera than this. The reason being, I lost my mount, so I have to just use my PC camera. Okay. So we're gonna start from the edges. So from we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So Oopsie. Okay. Cable is in the way. That. You know what? I'm just gonna make my life easier, and I'm just gonna remove it. You live and learn. It's finally in now. At least. Let's try that up. Yay, finally in. So now you can plug in your Ethernet cable. As you can see, everything else is plugged in. So now, what else do you need? This. So this is your pigtail. So what you gotta do is, you can use, let me see which one I'm gonna choose this. This one. Oh, sorry, yeah. You gotta be gentle, you don't need to press really hard with the cable. Okay, so it's gonna sit in like this. And we're gonna use this to make sure. This is the anti, it comes with the anti-connector though. Oh, my bad. I think this will be held by the anti-connector from your antenna, so you don't need to hold it, but I will check just in case if there's anything else. Okay, so this bit is done. Now the other bit, to connect your Ethernet cable. So it has this. So your cable will go in directly. So how to install this one? I was looking at the wrong way. So what we can do is you can use one of these holes. It's gonna use this to come inside. My bad. Okay. So it will simply come in, and it will tighten on the screw on the Ethernet. Okay. This one there. Okay. Okay, this will plug in here. Similarly, you can use two of these holes, whatever you need to. So this is for your Ethernet adapter. sorry, Ethernet cable, it's gonna come to this edge, goes it inside. There is a rubber like this to hold the cable. So expand it, then you can push it in. Afterwards, when it's in, lock it up, hold it like this. Okay. So this is the main setup for the inside of it. Afterwards, what will happen is so on the back of it, you have the screw holes. It just fits in like this. That's the enclosure. At the back end for that, these brackets will hold with the pole. You're getting 2 cents. So it's all right here, and then for the box installation itself, you can use these ones as well. Yeah, so some people might be thinking, like, in regards to ventilation, how will this vent out? So if you look at here, there is a small hole, which I'm pretty sure you can't see. Oh, you can see now. So you see this membrane here. So this is to for the ventilation, to keep the temperature same outside or inside. Then you have the small holes. So this one you will be using for the PoE. Oh, sorry, the power. So we'll be using this. As you can see, it comes off. But it depends, because most people, I'm pretty sure, will be using PoE on these ones, because if you, otherwise they can just get like a 1 to 2 meter LMR 200, even 240 or 400 LMR 400 cable, which would be much more cheaper than having this whole kit if you're doing like a smaller installation. But for the better reception, and make sure your miner is at fully secure, it's at least waterproof, dustproof, you're gonna use this one. That is the best way, especially if you're out like extreme weathers, ice, all that. This is the best option, because even if it doesn't rain directly, small droplets, it's a water electric product that could cause so many issues. So that's the way. So these plugs can be used, like fill in these ones, just to make sure these holes are waterproof. Similarly, you got some more, so these are the 2 plugs in there, so you can use that. So it depends on you. So it looks nice. The good thing about this one is that if you want, you don't need to worry about it. Sensecap has its own fan inside, unlike Bobcat, so you don't need to worry too much about it, and you don't need like a really big case. But if you want, you can have a small 120 millimeter fan, I think, or 90 fan. No, sorry, 120. I have a small fan. Let me show you if you want. Yeah. So if you want to have a better ventilation, you can get something like this. Install it to keep the temps and a better airflow. It's a bit bigger than Sensecap. I think that's an 80 millimeter fan, if I'm not mistaken. So for that can be installed. It won't take that much space. But in the summertime, this will keep the temps nice. Also, this does support Bobcat as well. And if you want to set up Bobcat, I would highly recommend make sure you remove the top and then install that. Rack as well, you should be able to do it because of the size as well. So it depends. A few miners like Pisces, you to be honest, you don't even need that. So this should be it. Do you guys have any question? Let me know. And that will be it. Take care, guys. Have a good day. And see you next time. Bye bye.